many to be the hardest trophy to win in sports. From 60 teams, we're down to just 2. It's the Halifax Mosheads against the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. QMJHL rivals meeting once again, but this time for junior hockey's Holy Grail. Two teams who are very familiar with each other, but to get you reacquainted with them, let's go rink level to Rob Falls.
Carolyn, it almost seems fitting that in this, the 50th anniversary of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, 2 teams from the league will meet to be the champion. The Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, 59 wins over the season, won the President Cup. Halifax Mosheads, 49 wins, won the Maritimes Division, got all the way to the final against those Huskies. Interesting to note, in the preseason rankings for the Canadian Hockey League, Halifax Mosheads were #1 ranked. Rouyn-Noranda didn't even hit the top 10 or an honorable mention. Here we are at the end of the season. Rouyn, the #1 ranked team in the CHL against the #2 team in the Q. Get ready. Buckle up. It's going to be a good one. Carolyn?
Thanks very much, Rob. I can just hear you. And this crowd really has been the story of these past 10 days at the Memorial Cup. They have been loud for every single game, even when the Halifax Mosheads haven't been playing. It's been a packed house, and the fans inside, outside, on the streets, on Argyle Street and throughout downtown, they've shown their appreciation as we get set. And Todd, I mentioned the crowd and the thought that Halifax could win at home. It's pretty special.
I just, feel this emotion, use this energy to your favor, and look at the fingers tapping on the boards. It's a tough thing. You got to get your emotions in check, use this energy to your favor, get a good shift under your belt right away.
And the chance to slay the dragon. They lost to this Huskies team in the playoffs, in the final, and in the round robin as well. And now have an opportunity, one last kick at the can against this team. Walking around town, everyone's talking about this rivalry and what it means to possibly beat them. And everyone says it's just one game. Anything can happen. In 2001, I got to play in the finals and go in just one game. You leave it on the line. I think all these kids have the right mindset coming in here.
There are players that in their entire career never get to play for a championship. For these 2 clubs, this is an earned privilege. Let's get you to the opening ceremony.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Canadian Hockey League, in association with your Halifax Mosheads, are proud to welcome you to the championship game of the 2019 Memorial Cup, presented by Kia.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. La Ligue canadienne de hockey, en association avec les Moosheads d'Halifax, vous souhaite la bienvenue à la finale du tournoi de la Coupe Memorial 2019, présentée par Kia.
At this time, please welcome the Maritime Forces Atlantic Color Party. Now, please welcome our official party for tonight's ceremonial puck drop.
À présent, veuillez accueillir au centre de la glace nos invités officiels pour la mise en jeu protocolaire.
Representing Kia,
Représentant Kia,
please welcome
veuillez accueillir
dealer principal of O'Regan's Kia, Mr. Sean O'Regan. He has been serving Canada for over 32 years and has tallied 1,242 sea days as a member of the Royal Canadian Navy. He has deployed on numerous domestic and overseas operations, including a counter-piracy mission off the Horn of Africa, from which he received the Meritorious Service Cross for his leadership. Representing the Canadian Armed Forces,
représentant les forces armées canadiennes,
please welcome
veuillez accueillir
Commander of Maritime Forces Atlantic and Joint Task Force Atlantic, Rear Admiral Craig Baines. At this time, please turn your attention to the Silver Vision screens.
Inside out move on Jones, cuts to the net, he's in, it's in, McKinnon, what a beautiful goal on the power play. Halifax is up 5-3.
The Colorado Avalanche are proud to select with our first pick from the Halifax Mosheads, Nathan McKinnon.
Halifax working hard, ahead to McKinnon, McKinnon to the open net, Patrick McKinnon, and that will ice it for Halifax. The Mooseheads celebrate.
Representing your Halifax Mooseheads,
représentant vos Moosheads d'Halifax,
please welcome back
veuillez accueillir
Nathan McKinnon. Would Raphael Harvey Pinard from the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies and Antoine Morin from the Halifax Mooseheads please skate to center for a ceremonial puck drop.
J'invite maintenant Raphael Harvey Pinard des Huskies de Rouyn-Noranda, Antoine Morin des Moosheads à s'approcher du centre pour la mise au jeu protocolaire.
Will now please rise if you're able to. Remove your hats and join Peter Bayless in the singing of our national anthem.
Veuillez maintenant vous lever, retirer chapeau et casquette et vous joindre à Peter Bayless pour l'interprétation de notre hymne national.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand on place et porter la paix, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
This is it, final game of the CHL season, and the Memorial Cup will be handed out. This crowd, they've been great all Memorial Cup long, and they've stepped it up a level as well. And in big games, you just expect that the star players will do something exceptional, and that's kind of what we expect from Noah Dobson tonight. He will be booed. His head coach told us that it's a privilege, a compliment to be booed. Noah Dobson smiled about it, said it doesn't bother him. It's impossible to ignore. But he won last year, and he is a difference maker.
No question about it. Because he plays at a position where he can play so many minutes, he has a tremendous impact on the game. And when I look at his tournament, he hasn't been quite the point producer he was last year, but then again, he had more support back there last year. So more minutes, scale the game back, and be patient. Wait for the opportunity to present itself, and he did exactly that all tournament long. And like the Huskies, his game has started to ramp up. I would expect nothing but a spectacular performance from this young man. To think he went 12th overall last year to the New York Islanders, he looks to me like he could play in the National Hockey League right now. Wait till he puts on 20 pounds. He is going to be an absolute stud. It's that great skating ability and that timing, knowing when to push it. He has that perfect knowledge of when to do so.
He won last year with Acadie Bathurst. So did Antoine Morin, who's now the captain of Halifax. Morin only had 2 assists last year. He scored in every game at this Memorial Cup, and he is a different player. Seems a lot more calm and relaxed.
No question about it. And that even dates back to what happened in the regular season between these two clubs. 2 games, he produced a goal. Then you look at the 6-game series. He didn't do anything for the Halifax Mooseheads in losing in the President Cup. But he was able to turn the page, come into this tournament with a clean head. And he says when he has a clean head, he's at his very best. All tournament long, he's played the wing. He's been above the puck. He's defended. He's worked on the PK. And every now and then he goes to the net, sets up shop, and is able to be a good net front presence. Antoine Morin, the captain, has been dynamite. I expect a great game from him as well.
Halifax and Rouyn-Noranda, all QMJHL Memorial Cup final, and Rouyn-Noranda will be the visitors in this game. There's Samuel Harvey. He just turned 21. He's from Alma, Quebec. He's the QMJHL Goalie of the Year. He has the ability to stymie a team, and Rouyn-Noranda needs that tonight. This is Alexis Gravel, 19-year-old from Asbestos, Quebec. Chicago draft pick. He leads the Memorial Cup in save percentage, goals against average, and he's taken his play to a new level this season. One more great performance away from a Memorial Cup. Halifax, the hosts, made it all the way to the President Cup final, but they were beaten by Rouyn-Noranda, the #1 ranked team in the Canadian Hockey League. And the opening face-off will have to be dropped again. So everybody excited to go. The crowd would love to see a big start. Rouyn-Noranda players talked about it this morning. These first 5 minutes are so crucial. They want to take the crowd out of it. Peter Abandonado, number 22 for the Huskies, led the QMJHL with 111 points this season. Here's Morin, we just talked about him. The captain gets it up to Arno Durando. And it didn't take long for the Go Moose Go chance to begin. Samuel Harvey gets an early touch, and expect this. These two teams are so familiar with each other.
No question about it. A lot of that after the whistle stuff. Antoine Morin is the captain. Experience is key. He had it last year with Acadie Bathurst, so he's going up and down the bench before the game, and he's saying, guys, all right, let's go. Little tap in the head here, tap in the head there. I've done this before. I've been a champion. Follow my lead, and we'll see how things work out.
Nathan McKinnon, that was great to have him dropping the ceremonial puck. He was so good in 2013 for the Mooseheads. That's their only championship. Trying for another one. They've got a great chance. Win a game, and it'll be their second in 6 years. Huskies have never won the Memorial Cup. They came close in 2016. Here's Raphael Lavoie. first shot on goal, and Samuel Harvey had himself in a good position to make the save.
LeBlanc able to take the bank pass that was supposed to be a clearing attempt to get a good shot on goal. You look for inspiration from Antoine Morin, but how about Jakob Neveu? Here's a guy who's in his 5th year. He's from Rouyn-Noranda. He's the heart and soul of this team. He was there in 2016 when they lost to London in the final. Unfortunately, he's hurt because he blocked a shot with his face. But you know what? They said, we're dressing this guy. He's going to be our inspiration. Look at him after the warm-up, giving everyone a touch on the way off the ice.
Face-off win for Halifax. Patrick Kite didn't get a lot on it, but it did get down to Harvey. He redirected it to the corner. Jakob Blanco, keep an eye on him. He's number 13, a Bruins prospect. He has 7 points in the 4 games that Rouyn-Noranda has played. Kite jumping into the play again. Drops it off for Groulx. That'll wrap around to Morin. Durando sends it deep, and Groulx chasing after it. William Cyr steps in front of Groulx. He tried to spin away the Anaheim prospect. Here's another one. Both Morin and Groulx, Anaheim Ducks affiliation. Justin Barron, he'll roll it down to the corner. He's a native of Halifax, so he knows all about the great teams, including that 2013 team. Arnaud Durando, here's Morin deep. Tried to center it. Groulx back to the boards. Behind the net, Durando can't catch up to it. Blanco steps in front of him, and now the Huskies will be able to get it to the red line as Tyler Heinem sends it into the Halifax end, but that group needs a change. Xavier Perron speeds into the Huskies end, trying a shot. Arsenault got a stick on it, and it goes out of play.
By Joel Teasdale is just a beast out there. He's a Montreal prospect, signed as a free agent. Ostap Safin as a player, came over in a trade. He's an Edmonton prospect and a big body at that. He gets out for his first shift, and Joel Teasdale lets him know in a hurry that it's not going to be an easy night for him, and he absolutely pastes him into the near boards. That's what Teasdale can do as this puck comes back up ice. As soon as Safin turns, he's already on the way down, and Teasdale finishes him off and pastes him the rest of the way. And it looked as if it was an upper body issue for Safin as he went down and had some difficulty leaving.
Teasdale, big-time power forward in the QMJHL, led the league in playoff scoring. That puck sat around the dot, and it was Noah Dobson who came in and got it for the Huskies. Now Teasdale going to work, and he's knocked down by Walter Flower, and he's slow to get up behind the play. Flower continues on into the Huskies end. Teasdale very slow. His puck's going to find him at center ice, but he wants no part of it. He just wanted to get to the bench. Jared McIsaac to an open side. There's the overager. Keith gets it into the skates of Lavoie. It's onside. His shot went off a leg. Dobson jumps into the play and leads the Huskies into the Halifax end. A wrist shot that just missed on the glove side. Cote to Abandonado all the way back to Regis. Samuel Regis, the rookie. Over to Dobson. Fakes the shot. There it is, but it deflects wide. Regis as a rookie leading the Memorial Cup at +6 and has played important minutes for Rouyn-Noranda, especially in that semifinal against Guelph when the Huskies had the lead. Jake Wyzak, Hawks prospect, long shot from just inside the blue line, and that's no problem for Harvey.
Joel Teasdale being looked at by Lucy Grandma on the trainer on the bench. He took a big bump from Walter Flower, but again, it was the same sort of thing as Safin. As he was going down, Flower helped him the rest of the way, and with the speed he travels, it hurt him pretty good. And then Noah Dobson, with that great sense of timing, steps up to join the rush, misses the shot wide, but he got up ice between neutral ice in a hurry. He's got that type of skating ability, and he does it effortlessly with great glide to his game. Teasdale looking in all kinds of discomfort on that Rouyn bench.
Players telling us about Noah Dobson said he'll be out there for a minute, maybe two, get to the bench, have a sip of water, and he's good to go again. He's tireless. Face-off win for Halifax. They've been good so far in the face-off circle. Couldn't get that shot on target, though. Puck cleared by the Huskies. Center ice, it's Barron to his defense partner, Kite. Durando misses that pass. Won't be icing. Samuel Harvey raised his hand for a moment. Linesman had waved it off. Difficult to hear in here. It's loud, and Dobson holds on to the puck long enough to get the boos even louder. There's it to center ice. The smooth skating Justin Barron intercepted that pass. Felix Bibeau up to Vincent Marleau. Backhand off a skate. Huskies still looking for their first shot. Justin Bergeron, offensive-minded defenseman. Here's Marleau. There's the shot, and it's a blocker save from Gravel. Mooseheads, they just sent it outside their zone. Coming right back is Marleau, trying to catch them on a change. And Jake Reiser got his stick in there to knock it over the glass.
You'll see a lot of that from Moran. As the opposition changes, they want to get it to the far side and rush. But good job here on the forecheck. It starts with a pinch by Bergeron. He pinches himself to the boards. Barron not hard enough on the puck. That allows him to get it out to Marleau. And a good shot on goal created there. Gravel has been so sharp this tournament with a blocker stop.
Best numbers of any goalie at this Memorial Cup. Alexei Gravel. Jonathan Cheney, who's a pick of New Jersey. Ben Higgins runs into Alexei Arsenault. Puck came out. Huskies send it right back in. Gravel plays it himself. Higgins tried to tie his man up. Long shot from Arsenault. That's sailed wide of the goal. Sent in deep by Samuel Noah. High slot. There's an opportunity for Matthew Gagnon. And Arsenault narrowly missed on the stick side. Huskies are shooting the puck a lot. They're just not hitting the net much. Higgins, he rolls that near the net, and Harvey got a stick on it to make sure it went to the corner. Gagnon sprints to center, runs into Flower. Samuel Asselin puts it on the stick of Raphael Lavoie. Lavoie throws a hit on Teasdale, who's back out there. Flower can't handle the pass, so now the Mooseheads have to backtrack. Lavoie, he touched that right at the blue line, but it deflected way in the air and winds up going out of play.
The defending Memorial Cup coach is Mario Pouliot, who won it with the Acadie Bathurst Teton. He's got an interesting story behind the Rouyn bench. The fact that he actually started his career in the QMJHL as an assistant coach, served 2 different stints there. The opportunity came up to go to Bathurst to get the head job. He helped build that program with Sylvain Couturier, their general manager, into a champion last year. And here he is back in a very familiar place with the Huskies.
Winning 2 Memorial Cups is a big deal as a coach. Quite a few tied at 2, but Don Hay leads the way with 3. Justin Barron. If he gets wound up, he could do some damage. Passes to Lavoie as the Huskies started to pay Barron some attention. Lavoie was open. Nothing doing for the Mooseheads that time. Bibeau, he was looking for Lauco. Instead, it's Samuel Asselin. Long shot, and there's another stick in the way. Regis was the one who knocked it out of play.
Good gap there by Regis, the defenseman, number 6 for Rouyn. And you talked about Pouliot and some of the coaches that have been able to win consecutive titles as a head coach. Bob Boughner with that great Windsor Spitfires dynasty. Don Hay, of course, going back to Kamloops in the mid-90s. And Ernie Punch McLean with the new Westminster Bruins, who I think probably won back-to-back in a little different style than the way the game is played today. Pouliot trying to join that short list.
It's tough in junior hockey with the turnover, players graduating, players getting drafted. McIsaac floats that near the net. Puck picked up by the Huskies, and they'll get out again. Walter Flower. Groulx with some speed. Sear tries to stay with him, so Groulx has to stop. And now he'll head back to the blue line and keep that puck in deep. Joel Teasdale waits for it along the boards. The Montreal Canadiens prospect. Over to Peter Abandonado. Tyler Heinem, some trouble clearing. That one's fired up high. Moran takes a peek over his shoulder. Knew a hit was coming, took that, and brought the puck out of the corner. But Abandonado worked hard. He got it back for the Huskies. Sear up to Heinem. Again, can't get it out. Moran is checked by Teasdale. End of a shift. Now Abandonado's going to make things difficult for Flower, but no problem for the Halifax defenseman. He was there in plenty of time, and Halifax has it back in the Rouyn-Noranda end. Hit thrown on Dobson. Crowd likes that. And that might be in the Mooseheads' best interest. Try to wear Dobson down as much as they can.
Well, it's consecutive dumps right in this corner. Bishop with a big hit on the first one.
Louis-Philippe Cote, he's skating well. Cheney keeping a close watch on Cote as he goes around the net. Drops it back to the corner. It's Alex Beaucage. 2 shots wide of the goal. Groulx was down, making sure that didn't come to the front of the net. And Barron, he's been skating well in this Memorial Cup game. Brought it all the way down to the corner. Dobson, he's sandwiched. But that left his defense partner, Samuel Regis, wide open. He'll take his time, get to center, a quick pass from Beaucage. Out of the reach of Raphael Harvey-Pinard. The Huskies are offside. No goals yet. You are watching the 101st Memorial Cup from Halifax on Sportsnet.
What's it like to have divided loyalties? San Jose winger Timo Meier started his junior career with Halifax, finished it with Rouyn-Noranda. Halifax tweeted out, "Hey, Timo Meier, who you got on Sunday?" asking for a friend. So he replied, "Neutral like always, put the Swiss flag in there, but since Rouyn won the league, you guys should get the Memorial Cup." So both cities have a trophy. Hashtag Go Moose, Go Huskies. That's right, Mr. Neutral, Timo Meier.
It's Timo time.
Oh, that's a tough one for Timo. Pretty good answer. Don't know if Rouyn-Noranda would agree, though. They kind of want the Memorial Cup, too.
What a great young man. We had the opportunity to spend some time with him while he was with each of those teams. And you got a pretty good sense, especially in 2016, that he was going to make his mark in the National Hockey League. And San Jose really happy to have him. Eric Villa, the head coach of the Halifax Mooseheads, won the Memorial Cup with Shawinigan in 2012. He's looking for a second, so too is Mario Pouliot.
Now, no edge on the bench. Both coaches have a Memorial Cup already on their resume. One of them's going to have 2. Raphael Lavoie, draft eligible. Such a great scorer. He's got the good reach. Trepanier, the leading scorer for Halifax at this Memorial Cup. Got it to the front of the net. That was right on goal. Harvey made the save. Aslan spins. There's another save for Harvey. And he stopped Samuel Aslan, who has 7 goals in 7 Memorial Cup games. That's not easy to do on the biggest stage the way Aslan has played. Arnaud Durando into the corner. Crowd cheering as Raphael Harvey-Pinard took a hit. Captain of the Huskies had 14 points in that 6-game President Cup series. So he was fantastic against the Mooseheads. And the crowd certainly doesn't want to see him catch fire like he did in that series. Puck getting closer to the net, but Halifax, all 5 of them were back there. Arnaud Durando, the Islanders prospect. Cross-ice pass. Morin didn't handle it initially. Behind the net, it's Groulx. Sear knocked it away from him. Banked off the boards by Heinem. Antoine Morin right there, all alone in front of the net was Groulx, but Morin couldn't get it down to him. The Huskies had anticipated that puck coming out, and they forgot about Groulx. Shot from center. It was a hard wrist shot. And Gravel caught it head high and elects to stop play.
Not a ton of shots on goal with the great familiarity between these two clubs, but here's one of the better ones for Halifax. Samuel Harvey in good position. The rebound comes out to the front of the net, and Aslan does a great job to pick it up. Shoots it through the legs of Noah Dobson, but Harvey in great position, top of the blue ice. Excellent save there, and Samuel Aslan, who missed on a breakaway the other night, looking to get back on the score sheet.
Team that scored the first goal in the QMJHL final and in the round-robin game here at the Memorial Cup has won every game between these two. So that first goal is important when Halifax and Rouyn-Noranda match up.
You know, RJ, we talked a little bit about Noah Dobson, and then we talked a little bit about Antoine Morin, but Eric Villa knows that a big valuable piece to his success and his team's success is Raphael Lavoie. 20 goals in the playoffs, back-to-back 30-goal seasons, expected to go in the first round. Now, he's been decent here at the Cup so far. We haven't seen that explosive Lavoie in terms of the offensive side. We'll see if that conversation helps spark it.
He's had a couple of chances in the first half of this first period. I'd like to welcome those viewers in the United States watching on the NHL Network. This is it, the Memorial Cup Championship game. Short side shot. Gravel made that save. Back to the front of the net. 3 Mooseheads there, not allowing the Huskies to get to the loose puck. Samuel Harvey waits behind his net, sees that Samuel Noel is there in plenty of time. Huskies just outside their line. Arsenault had that go under his stick. Here's Raphael Lavoie. Quick spin, and he's picking up speed. Knocked off his stick, but he's still flying in there. Dobson tries to slow him down. And now Lavoie right on the back of Dobson, who controlled it along the boards. Asselin was hit into the boards. Here's Rahorchak with a shot, and Gravel gobbles it up and stops play again. We'll take another break. No goals yet. Rob will be on the bench to speak to Eric Bayou when we come back.
When the hands up, you gotta go.
Behind the Halifax bench with head coach Eric Bayou giving his final instructions, talking to the referee right now. Coach, I've noticed that the exits out of your zone very quick. You're using your speed.
Yeah, the guys are skating. We're playing at a pretty good pace right now. Both teams are playing defensively. There's one thing we need to put more pucks at their goalie a little bit.
Was there one word or one phrase you used as you got ready for this game to tell your team?
Grind.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
It's a good word. It's been an effective word for the Mooseheads, and they have done that throughout the round robin of this Memorial Cup, which is why they got the bye right here to the final tonight. They didn't have to play in the semifinal game. Rouyn-Noranda did. They beat Groulx, the OHL champions. Exciting game. That was on Friday. So Halifax has been off since Wednesday, when they played Rouyn-Noranda in the final game of the round robin. Groulx, shot goes too high, and that goes out of play. Regis might have got a piece of it as he went down to block it.
And Moran was over there, but Groulx elected to shoot instead. You look at these two clubs. This is the 10th meeting, and you include the regular season, the playoffs, and the one round robin game. 42-28, a decided edge in goals for the Huskies. Shots as well, but the power play has been tough to score in the power plays for these two clubs against one another.
Comes down to this one game. There's a face-off win. McIsaac with a shot that knuckleballed wide. Tyler Harnham, Harbor, Nova Scotia. He was tracked down by Lavoie just as he got inside his blue line. Walter Flower intercepts the pass. Flower not known for his offense, but anticipated that well. Trepanier is known for his offense, but he can't beat Samuel Harvey that time.
Trepanier, really good mid-season ad, and he gets his opportunity thanks to Raphael Lavoie and his good work on the back check. As the puck exits the zone for Rouyn-Noranda, it's Lavoie who gets back, bumps Harnham, chips it ahead, and allows Halifax to regain entry into the offensive zone without ever having to go past center ice. And Raphael Lavoie, really interesting character here for the 2019 NHL draft.
Keith Getson coming in to take the face-off for Halifax. Best face-off percentage at this Memorial Cup. But the competitor, the heart and soul guy for Rouyn-Noranda, Felix Thibault, he was not good against Halifax in the round robin in the face-off circle, right around 30%. We talked to him about it, and you just knew he'd make some adjustments. That was a big defensive zone win for Thibault. But Huskies are back defending now. Keith Getson right back to Barron. His shot wide to goal. Alex Bocage. He'll move it to center ice, trying to go link wide to Cote. He had to stop and one-handed into the Halifax end. Now, Kite from Pembroke, Ontario comes up with it for the Mooseheads. Justin Barron, he's had a few rushes, the young defenseman. He's trying to go coast to coast. Spun and fired a low shot. Harvey looks locked in the Huskies' goal. William Sear behind his net. Groulx keeping a close eye on him. Justin Bergeron right up the middle. Bocage has to circle back. That might be a problem. Bocage on a second effort. Able to get to center. Bergeron jumps into the play. Tries to lift it ahead to himself. Raphael Harvey Punar. Backhand. Caught by Alexis Gravel.
That glove hand has been dynamite all season long for Alexis Gravel, and it's something he's worked really hard to improve upon with Marco Raimondo, the head coach. It looks like a 1-on-3, but the loose puck comes out to Pinard. Pinard really makes sure that that puck is good and flat so he can get a lot on this backhand. He does so, but you're not often beating Gravel to the glove side. He's been brilliant all tournament long, continues to do so at .929 save percentage.
Right off the face-off is another shot from the right wing side. And Gravel, he was tested, but makes another save.
Beast of the East representing the Halifax Mooseheads, not just himself personally.
He had a laugh about that. He said, I'm not the beast. The team is the beast. Puck kept in by Marleau. Sent in, and Gravel came out of his net. Marleau overskated that one. Gibson poked off his stick, but it hit him in the body, and now he gets just as far as the line, and it's knocked off his stick. These teams have been stingy with great scoring opportunities in this first period. One and done for the most part. Clogging up the middle of the ice, not allowing teams to get to any rebounds, but those rebounds have been few and far between as well. Gibson, the centerman, down low to come up with the puck. Trepanier, cross ice to the defenseman, Rysick, slap shot. That was a big rebound. Harvey Pinard got it though and cleared it to center. Lavoie, quick spin. Bodies in front of that Rouyn-Noranda bench, and then the puck goes in there as well.
You know, one thing I've noticed about Mario Pouliot and his goaltender Samuel Harvey, he is prone to give up some rebounds once in a while, and we've seen it come from all over the ice. He is good and quick down low, which is a nice positive, but here this rebound is kicked back out, and it goes awfully far away from that second layer, but a good shot from Jake Rysick. Nonetheless, the overager for Halifax and against the overage goaltender for Rouyn.
And it wasn't that far from Trepanier who was coming in. Here's McIsaac looking for a redirect from Trepanier. There's Harvey out at the top of his crease. Got enough of that to knock it out of play.
Good job by Trepanier, a midseason acquisition by Cam Russell. The general manager came over from the Gatineau Olympique, and he was banged up a little. He didn't get the true sense for what he was, but he did have 39 points in 30 games before the trade, and he's played well here at the Cup.
Halifax can't control off that faceoff. Defenseman Samuel Regis stole it and got it back for the Huskies. Noah Dobson has the puck, but you already knew that from the crowd's reaction. Checked by Trepanier as he got over the red line. Samuel Asselin snapped a shot. Regis blocked it. Asselin got it back, and that's Jakub Lauko trying to contain him. Trepanier a little closer to the net. Dobson blocks it. Loose puck. It's on the stick of Asselin now. Look to the blue line. Decides to go to McIsaac. Now Flower. There's another block. That was Lauko in front of it. Their leading scorer at this Memorial Cup. Trepanier back to Flower. Jared McIsaac. No shot at the net, but it's a lively set of boards here in Halifax. Tried to bank into the front of the goal. It did not get there. Halifax pressing now for the first goal. Trepanier. That shot is blocked. Tough to get anything through right now. Huskies, they're tired. They're hemmed in, but they're blocking shots. Dobson, not enough on that to get it out. Lavoie, there's another one that doesn't get down to Harvey. Chalk up another block for these skaters of the Huskies.
They did that a lot against Groulx the other night and blocked everything.
Raphael Harvey Pinard, Joel Teasdale. Gravel read it, came over and made that stop. Antoine Morin dealing with Peter Abandonado, the league's leading scorer. Abandonado steals it behind the net. Another chance for Heinem. Stick was lifted. Ferrando, he's got great speed. One of the fastest on the Mooseheads. Rifles a shot in on Harvey. Made the save with the right arm. Back to the front of the net. Here's Kite. That's slow. Just missed. Might have hit the post. Halifax coming close. Sear back to the corner. That relentless forecheck just keeps coming. Groulx. Now Morin had to take a hit from Bergeron. Abandonado's there to help out. Teasdale. He's hit by Kite. Did not get it out. Now the Huskies might be a foot race. Heinem's been out there a while. He's too tired. And Kite easily gets there for Halifax.
That's what I like to see. Open things up just a little bit.
Rysick. Straight up the middle. A stretch from Perron. Could not get that kicked up to his stick. Perron has it on his stick now. Try a quick pass to Getson. Here's Joel Bishop, St. John's, Newfoundland. Trying to center it, Alex Bocage. He read the play and sends it to Dobson. That's it on Gravel. He didn't handle it clean. Cote knocked it away before he could cover it up. Bocage chasing after it. Arsenault trying to get open. Halifax, they have been good defensively. Have not spent a lot of time in their end. Just under 4 minutes to go. Opening period of the Memorial Cup Championship game. 50th anniversary of the QMJHL, and it's going to be a Q team that wins the Memorial Cup. Horchak, he didn't get far back to center ice. Arsenault sends it in. And now the crowd, they have hockey sense. You don't hear that about a crowd very often. But they know it's late in the period. And a goal here would be big. Halifax, they've iced the puck. We're going to take another break. And Halifax, they were so close to opening the scoring.
On the road with Cooper Tires, brought to you by Cooper Tires. You can count on Cooper since 1914. Since the Memorial Cup final last May, well, this guy's been busy. RJ and Sam say he plays a lot. How about this? Won the Memorial Cup in May. NHL Draft Combine, was drafted by the Islanders, went to development camp, went to Team Canada World Junior Camp, went to the NHL Rookie Camp, went to the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League regular season, Canada Retro Series, World Junior Championship, traded to Rouyn-Noranda, played in the President Cup, and here he is in the Memorial Cup final. We lost count, guys, at over 90 games in the space of this past year, and I'm exhausted just saying.
Pretty good impression of an auctioneer there, too, Rob. Sold. Noah Dobson, what a player he is. That draft year is a busy one. Not a lot of time to rest. And here he is playing the last game of the CHL season again. He's on the ice with his defense partner, the rookie 17-year-old Samuel Regis, who said he was really focusing on defense, but he's picked up a lot of offensive instincts from Dobson. There's Leiko. He's been dangerous at this Memorial Cup. Gravel stopped him. Then he went to the front of the net. Pass was elevated from Harvey Pinard. He couldn't get a lot on it. Leiko has it again. Harvey Pinard, a shot. Blocker save from Gravel. Groulx retrieves the puck for Halifax, and he's got some skating room. Had to dump it in, though. He'd been out there for a while.
Boy, Gravel looks locked in back there for Halifax. Doesn't matter whether it's the glove or the blocker. He says his hands together, the most improved part of his game.
Puck bank to center. Teasdale was locked up with Flower. Here's Jared McIsaac. Right up the middle. This will come to the front of the net. Teasdale, couple of moves. That just trickled wide. Halifax scrambling now. Teasdale knocked down. Heinem's behind the net. Teasdale trying to get open. Bergeron is. Shot was blocked by Bishop. Teasdale steals the puck, centers it perfectly. Abandonado fans on it. Bergeron follows up, misses the net. Teasdale decides to keep the puck in the corner. There's a penalty, and it's going against Joel Teasdale. So the first power play of the game belongs to Halifax.
Well, that's difficult, as McIsaac having some difficulty getting up on his own, but the chance is starting to come now for the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, and they work hard on the forecheck. First of all, it's Harvey Pinard with a shot that an excellent blocker save made by Gravel and guided into the corner. And the puck turned over. Teasdale gets it to the forehand, but it gets blocked. And they would continue to forge forward with one more opportunity. Did the Huskies get Heinem working on that top line? Now gets it back to Bergeron. Block shot. And Teasdale, he's hurting, so he doesn't want contact. Instead of getting the contact, he gets his cross-check right up into the grill of McIsaac.
McIsaac, usually the quarterback for Halifax. He went to the dressing room after taking that cross-check. Although he'd been out there for a while, so he might not have started this power play anyway.
Eric Veilleux and John Greenwood, Sylvain Favreau, the coaching staff here for the Halifax Mooseheads, with a great opportunity here to get this crowd re-engaged. It's been tough to get any real estate out there for either of these two teams.
Rouyn-Noranda's played the most games. They've taken the fewest penalties. So when you get a power play, you want to take advantage of it. Groulx, that shot deflected. Groulx trying to get it back. Dobson, two Mooseheads right there. Now Regis has to hurry. On his backhand, solid contact. One-on-one, Raphael Harvey Pinard right to the net. And Gravel comes over and kicks it aside. What a move by the captain of the Huskies. Walked around Justin Cheney. almost scored shorthanded. Under a minute to go in the opening period. Harvey tried to clear it. Groulx prevented that from happening. Samuel Aslan, quick look over his shoulder, and his former Hackney Panthers teammate Dobson forces him to move it back to the line. Isaac with a shot. They score! Samuel Aslan, Mr. Memorial Cup.
How many times do you see a great save ignite action at the other end? And that's what Alexis Gravel did for his team. The Chicago prospect, while shorthanded, Pinard makes a great move around Cheney. Now tries to extend Gravel, but he kicks out that right pass. A short time after that, Aslan working in the corner. He gets it back to the point, and where does he go? Straight to the front of the net. This rebound comes out. He's able to pick it, get it to the forehand, and bury it. Aslan, only one Memorial Cup game in which he does not have a goal. He has the Mooseheads on the board, and Teasdale not happy with that call at all.
First goal, Samuel Aslan. 8 goals in 8 Memorial Cup games, and the crowd is in it. The Mooseheads do get that late goal in the period. Loco trying to get it right back. He made some nice moves, but got in too deep to shoot. Bishop right on Loco's back. Now Genson calmly moves it up to Moran. Noah Dobson slides to center ice. Checked there by Groulx. Joel Bishop looks behind, decides to send it to the corner. Lavoie's there. Only a couple of seconds to go in the period. Crowd calling for a shot. There is not any more shots from Halifax. Samuel Aslan. Who else, Sam?
No question, RJ. We talked about some of the rebounds that Samuel Harvey gives up. It's Aslan who starts the play by working it out of the corner. He does a good job to avoid Dobson, gets it back to the point. Now he slips into that position in front of the net. He sets up shop. He's got inside position on Dobson, so when the rebound comes free, he pulls it from the backhand to the forehand, and he buries it.
Samuel Aslan. Power play goal late in the first period, and the Halifax Mooseheads have a lead in the Memorial Cup championship game after a period. Coming up in the intermission, Carolyn, Colby, and Todd.
TD Garden, it's the Blues and Bruins, but tonight it's about Mr. Memorial Cup. 8 goals in 8 Memorial Cup games. It's Samuel Aslan, and he's with Rob.
Samuel, how difficult has it been to find room out there in this game?
Oh, it's really tight out there, and you know we're two good team. We're two team that played defensively a lot, so no, it's pretty a hard game.
Sam noticed with your goal too, you got it generated back to the blue line, and then you went to your office.
Yeah, exactly. I love to be in front of the net.
So now, first period, get that goal. Game plan remain the same?
Same thing. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep grinding. 40 minutes all the way.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Sam Aslan got the only goal of that first period. Mooseheads with a 1-0 lead. With period 2, here's RJ Broadhead and Sam Cosentino.
Rob, that first goal for Halifax is a small victory in itself. Rouyn-Noranda throughout this Memorial Cup, and in fact in the last 6 games had scored the first goal in all of those games with a 5-1 record. The last time they allowed the first goal, the last 2 times they allowed the first goal, they lost. Let's see what happens. Lots of time to go in this game. We're just starting the second period of the Memorial Cup Championship. Halifax with the lead, and right away to the front of the net. That puck got elevated and just missed. Dobson gets knocked down. Managed to make a pass, but it didn't clear the zone, and Harvey had to stop a hard slap shot from Justin Barron. Back to the front of the net. Durando tried a shot. Moran, who scored in every game, couldn't get a shot. Jakub Lauko came over and lifted his stick. Now Felix Bibo, who came in leading the Memorial Cup in goals, 4 of them coming into tonight. Old Groulx gets it past Bibo. Moran brings it into the Huskies' end. Pass behind Barron, who's really jumped into the play a lot tonight.
Yes, he's probably looking across the ice and saying, I want to be the next Noah Dobson here in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. He's been really assertive.
Pass, a good one to Teasdale, but he's tracked down and fell down. Poked out of the zone. Now Abandonado heading back. Aslan's right behind him, but the reliable Samuel Regis was there. Missed his target. Heinem and iced the puck.
Well, Joel Teasdale went down in that first period. He has just not been the same player since. And I can't tell you if it's an upper or lower body, but in this type of position, he would have a chance to get something done. There's the Halifax opportunity that leads to a bouncing puck. Moran in front of the net goes over his stick. Then Groulx, they play catch with it. They couldn't get a second good look at Samuel Harvey.
Halifax have been great in the face-off circle. The boy gets it to the front of the net. A low shot from Trepanier. Samuel Harvey, the goalie of the year in the Q, had everything blocked down low. Huskies chip it out to center without possession. So Halifax takes over again. Walter Flower to Jared McIsaac. He left late in that first period. He's fine. He's out there again for Halifax. Peter Abandonado. Final game in junior hockey. Overager led the league in scoring. You'd have to think he'll be in the middle of things before all is said and done. Right now, in the middle of things, it's Gravel covering it up.
It's McIsaac who's in the middle of it. I'm not so sure that he's not leaking over there. He's checking his mouth. It's been a tough ride for the Detroit Red Wings prospect. He gets involved with Tyler Heinem. Heinem gets his stick up into the grill of McIsaac and then flips over to the end boards. Tyler Heinem, a very effective player for Rouyn-Noranda, and Jared McIsaac has really settled his game down. He's been excellent as well.
Two Nova Scotians, McIsaac from Truro, and Cole Harbour's the home for Heinem. Halifax, they tried to clear it off the boards. It was batted in, but Huskies, they couldn't touch it. It would have been stopped due to a glove pass. They didn't touch it, and Halifax right back into the Huskies' hand. That's off the boards, bouncing at the blue line. Cheney is waiting for the puck at his own line. And it's right back into the Huskies' hand. No, heads to the back of his net. Had to take a hit from Getson. Cote lost the puck in his skates, and that allowed Rysick to close on him. And he dumped it in close enough for Gravel to get it and cover it.
Remarkable improvement for Gravel this year, and he credits Marco Raimondo, their goaltending coach. And first time he met him, he held out a pen in front of his eyes and asked him to look to his left and look to his right. Well, he could look to his left perfectly fine with full vision, but when he looked to his right, he started to lose it as the pen got closer to his ear. And that's something they've actively worked on, getting his eyesight to work better to the glove side, which explains why his glove side has improved so much over the last year.
And I learned something from that. I didn't know that you could improve your perception on the sides just from exercising it.
And it's really worked well for Alexei Gravel, the Chicago prospect.
Felix Bibo, he's digging in. Bo Groulx, both have been great face-off men for their respective teams. Groulx wins that one. Jakub Lauko rolls it into the Halifax end, but the Mooseheads take over again. Arnaud Durando, hard backhand over Bergeron. That allows Moran to get there first. Groulx was in front of the net and tipped it just wide. Groulx to the corner to try to help out Durando, who was knocked down. Got right back up. Tight at the blue line. Good passing from the Mooseheads. Shot is wide of the net. Durando out of the corner. He's hit by Bibo. Puck stays in. Rolls back to the blue line. That'll be directed to the front of the net by Barrett. Didn't get down to Samuel Harvey, though. William Cyr is knocked down, and this penalty is going against Halifax. And Kite will touch it, and Rouyn-Noranda getting their first power play of the game now.
A lot of stick work going on, a lot of cross checks happening, a lot of high sticks going on. And Groulx makes his way to the box, but before he made his way to the box, he made his way to the front of the net. Antoine Morin gets possession of this puck into the corner. Groulx parks himself, gets a tip on it, but Harvey makes the save, and then shortly thereafter tries to stick lift Cyr. He doesn't draw anything but fear, and for that he goes to the box.
Huskies great in the playoffs on the power play. They were great against Halifax in the President Cup Championship, over 30%. They have the top power play here at the Memorial Cup. Noah Dobson quarterbacks. Abandonado tries to go through the middle right to the captain, Raphael Harvey-Pinard. Walter Flower chases after this puck, and it's down the ice. Halifax, #1 penalty killing team in the QMJHL this season, so it's tough to get a power play goal on there. Let's see if the Huskies can do it. They're trying to tie this game. Down in the corner, it's Spivo. His centering attack off the skate and goes way down to the Huskies' end. Harvey plays it to Dobson. He made one move to elude Lavoie. Teasdale reaches for it, wraps it around. Harvey Pinard, McKaiser. Now battle for it along the boards. It comes to Bibo. He wants it in deep, and that's where it is now. Bibo stops it along the boards. Leaves it for Harvey Pinard. Works to the blue line. Bibo's there. So is Abandonado. Dobson wants a one-time chance. Stick was up. Bibo takes the shot. It's blocked. And Lavoie sends it the length of the ice.
Really good job, Clapson, for the Halifax Mooseheads on the PK.
Abandonado with speed. Comes into the Halifax end. There's a backhand. Gravel, no problem with that one. Abandonado gets it back and misses Bibo. So that will help out the penalty-killing Mooseheads. Just over 30 seconds to go in this power play. Harvey Pinard, the only one with speed coming into the Halifax end. He gets it back to Noah Dobson. Here's Justin Bergeron. Tried a shot. Nobody in front of the net. So Alexis Gravel saw it all the way, and he covers it.
Yeah, good job there by Gravel. He followed it just a second, but didn't allow it to get out too far in front of him before he was able to cover it up. An interesting guy who was born in Germany. His dad was playing pro there. He ended up moving back to Canada, played his minor hockey in the Toronto area with some family base in Montreal, and here he is in the Maritimes with the Mooseheads.
21 seconds to go in this power play. Another face-off win for Halifax. Sear tries to hold the line. He did. Alex Bocage waits. There's the trailer. Bergeron. Gravel the save. Puck was loose at the side of the net, and McIsaac cleared it.
Wow, Bergeron, a golden opportunity. An interesting guy in his own right here for the Huskies. Kept in at the line. There's Bocage. He decides that there's a little room once McIsaac goes down. He hits the trailer Bergeron perfectly with this pass. There it is from the ref cam. And you can see that lane open up. No rebound off anyone else thereafter, and the stoppage occurs.
Now just 8 seconds to go in the power play for the Huskies. Cote wins it over to Lauko. Stick lifted by Barron. Loose. Cote gets it. Bocage couldn't shoot it. It was in tight to his body. Now Sear has to be careful. Groulx out there. It's a breakaway. Raphael Lavoie scores! Could not have worked out any better for Halifax. Raphael Lavoie.
How about that? Hugs all over. This joint is going crazy. Benoit-Olivier comes out of the box just as the puck comes to Sear. So he disrupts Sear. Not only does he get the puck first, but he knocks Sear out of the play. And from there on, Raphael Lavoie picks it up. He's got his eye on the prize. Excellent hands to the big man. A good deke and an excellent finish by the draft-eligible Raphael Lavoie. 5-hole, 2-0 Mooseheads.
Groulx and Mr. Memorial Cup right back at it. Samuel Asselin gets an assist. 2-0 for Halifax. Oh, this crowd is excited about what they're seeing. Could be a second championship in 6 years. Groulx to the front of the net. Noah Dobson. He'll block that. Lots of time left for these Huskies. They have to get going, though. Lauko tried a shot. It wound up deflecting off a Bibo right on goal. Gravel was sharp. He watched it all the way and kicked it aside. Scramble in the corner. Felix Bibo chasing after it. Cheney steps in front of him. And Al Rysick, the Blackhawks prospect, calmly stick handles in his own end. Waits for Asselin to open up. And he'll bring it into the Huskies' end. Dobson has to force him to the outside. Asselin took a quick look. The change was complete up front. Trepanier was out there. Lavoie was out there. They couldn't get a shot though. Raphael Harvey Pinard rolls it into the Mooseheads end. Abandonado is right there. This was what the Huskies were concerned about, the crowd. They wanted a good first 5 minutes to the game. Well, they got that. There wasn't any scoring until late in the first. But here we are in the second, and the crowd is into it. Flower drops it off for Trepanier. Gets a little closer to the net. Abandonado forces him into the corner. But as he's falling, he found Flower. Waits. There's a slap shot that Harvey got enough of to keep out of his net. Teasdale, all he can do is poke it to center ice. And Patty Kite over to Keith Jensen. Lavoie wanted to head to the bench. It hit him. He's on the bench now. Teasdale, long slap shot, rebound, and Mooseheads, 4 of them get to the front of the net to make sure the Huskies didn't get another chance.
It's electric in here.
They're chanting again. Xavier Perron tried to roll it to the front of the net. Eric Bayou was saying he has sensed something from this crowd he's never felt before. They seem to know when to spur the Mooseheads on. It has really inspired his team. Jetson took a hit, got the puck out. Arsenault sends it right back into the Halifax end. Dustin Barron wraps it around. That'll find Xavier Perron. Groulx speeds to the corner. No, hits him. Morin gets the puck. He takes a hit from Bocage. Cheney didn't get there in time to keep the puck in. 11.5 minutes to go, second period. The Memorial Cup will be handed out tonight. And right now, the Halifax Mosheads are in a pretty good spot. They're up by 2. Over half a game to go, though. Samuel Regis, he makes his way to center ice. Matthew Gagnon. Here's Cheney. Up to Durando. That's chipped to center ice. Regis takes over. Here's Abandonado. 111 points. That was the most in the QMJHL. And all he could do there was dump the puck in, and now the battle for the puck continues. Dobson might get a chance. Middle of the ice, he didn't. It's because Aslan got there to knock it off his stick. Bibeau. Raphael Harvey-Pinard. He's hit in the corner. 2 Mooseheads come in to try to win this puck. And now it's Durando right on top of Harvey-Pinard, but he got up. Couldn't take the puck to the front of the net. It finds him again. Harvey-Pinard points in 14 of his last 15 games. He's relentless, and he's alone in that sea of Halifax Shredders. Thought someone might have been at the blue line. They were changing those Huskies defensemen. So the puck came out. Rouyn-Noranda right back in. They're playing more desperate now. They know they've got to cut into this lead. And quickly.
Great effort from the captain.
Pinard down to the corner for Bibeau. Cuts to the front of the net. Gravel save. He made another save too. And he's got the puck now. A big pushback from the Huskies. But Alexei Gravel shuts the door. Raphael Lavoie. What a big goal here. Now, he looked like a hockey player. He's a young fellow. Well, he's a hockey player now. Big time in a big game.
Behind the Rouyn-Noranda bench with Mario Pouliot. Coach, behind your bench here it says breathe and reset. Is this when you need your team to do that?
Yeah, exactly. Since they scored was kind of their second goal was more a bad luck for us. So now we have to stay calm. We have to stay in control. We're doing well. It's kind of not starting forcing the game, just going one play at a time, stay stick to our plan. When we put pressure on them, we have a few good scoring chances just to be more opportunistic in front of their net.
Thank you, Coach. Sam RJ, he also mentioned too, and it was established by even Sam Harvey coming over saying, guys, we have lots of time ahead of us.
So true, Rob. 30 minutes have been played, 30 minutes to go in regulation time. There were penalties and players that neither team want to see in the penalty box. Dobson and Trepanier.
Be the longest rest he gets tonight for Dobson, I can tell you that. 2 very impactful players for their respective clubs. That should open things up here a little bit.
4-on-4. First time at this Memorial Cup championship game. Let's see who has the edge. Face off. It came back to Bergeron. It was elevated. Tried to get it over to Sear. Jakub Lauko, the Bruins prospect. Here's Peter Abandonado. He stops. The puck was rolling. He couldn't do much with it. And McIsaac, that might have been him that put it down on his own goaltender. But Gravel has been alert in this game and stopped that one too.
Yeah, and Rouyn will be happy with the ozone draw here, as Jared McIsaac, a Detroit Red Wings prospect, has really benefited from the tutelage of Sean Horkoff and Dan Cleary of the Red Wings player development team. And the guy has really kind of settled into his game this year. And he realizes a little bit more what he's all about and what he has to be to get to the next level.
Bibeau up against Asselin on this face-off. Raphael Harvey-Pinard trying to get to the net. Here's Bibeau. He scores! Felix Bibeau, his 5th of the Memorial Cup. And Huskies are within one.
No sooner did we talk about having that ozone draw than the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies take full advantage of it. And it's Bibeau who has just been brilliant. He's a guy who just battles and battles and battles in the circle. He says, yeah, I win a lot of face-offs, but I need the support of my teammates. And he gets exactly that with Harvey-Pinard, the captain, who helps him win that 50-50 draw. Pinard takes it right to the front of the net. This guy is so fearless. When the puck comes free, Bibeau, who's got a great shot, buries it. Nobody's stopping that. We got ourselves a game.
Bibeau had 28 goals in the regular season. He was one of 8 Huskies who had at least 20 goals. That lead, not so comfortable for Halifax now. Ferrando, he stops Barron's right there, so he tries to continue on. He's locked up against Harvey-Pinard, and the captain comes out with the puck. Leads it for Bergeron, the defenseman. Drops it back for Bibeau. He's got that great shot going right now, but couldn't get it past the glove of Gravel this time.
A really intense young man, a guy who's a competitor, a guy who's up and down that bench. He's in the room, he's talking, he's yapping, he's working with Harvey-Pinard as part of the leadership group. And at one point this year, Mario Pouliot said, hey guys, stay away from the rink. Don't come into the rink, just hang out at home. He and Harvey-Pinard called Mario Pouliot, said, we'll have none of that. We're getting to the rink. We got to get back to work.
What a leader he is. Samuel Regis over to Bergeron. Low shot, deflected just wide of the net. Louis-Philippe Cote right back down low. Hyndman chases after it. Cote, he can't take it away from Getson, but the Huskies have it back. So far, the 4-on-4 has favored the Huskies. Jared McIsaac hit by Cote. Getson trying to get away, and now he's got some open ice. Headmans it to the Halifax captain, Antoine Morin. Sear stepped in front of him, separated from the puck, and now Alexis Arsenault up to Abandonado. He waits. That was Arsenault who opened up the defenseman. He's down in the corner by himself against McIsaac. Abandonado comes in to help out. Good move out of the corner, but he can't get past McIsaac. Almost back on the ice are Trepanier and Dobson. That was in on Gravel. There was a big rebound. Lauko raced after it, but couldn't get it on goal. McIsaac, stick check. Lauko creates the turnover. And that last moment, Rysick got enough of it to knock it away. Lauko to Bocage. He'll send it behind the net. Abandonado waits for it. Has to take a hit from Rysick. Back to 5-on-5 on the ice. Maxime Trepanier stayed out there after coming out of the penalty box. He's with Lavoie, the dangerous Raphael Lavoie, who scored a beauty on a breakaway. Right now, that's the go-ahead goal. Bocage, nice move. 3 Huskies come in over the line. Bocage waits. Tried a shot. Barron blocked it. Bocage gets it back. Missed the net. Dobson's on the ice, and that will float up high on the glass. Another low shot. Another one that doesn't get down to Gravel. Patty Kite sets up behind his net. 7 minutes to go. Second period. Groulx just sidesteps the hit, but it slowed him down. That was Vincent Marleau who had Groulx lined up. Groulx okay. Dobson, he retrieves the puck deep in his own end. Tried a rink-wide feed. Durando intercepted. Groulx had been out there a while. He was tired, so he had to go to the bench. Now Noah Dobson. Burst of speed from Dobson. What can he do with it? Went wide on Higgins. Can't center it. Right into the skates of Walter Flower. Now Flower under pressure from Matthew Gagnon. Gets it. He's hit. But the puck gets ahead. And a long shot in on Samuel Harvey from Ben Higgins. Here's Patrick Rehorchak. He's in too deep to shoot. Went around Cheney. Continuing on, and he stops. Now he might have a lane to the net. Backhand went wide. Marlowe rips it around to get it back to the blue line. Arsenault with a shot. It's loose in front of the net again. Not cleared by the Mooseheads. Arsenault, he lost it in the corner, gets it back. Looks to the front of the goal. Gravel blocks that from getting to the front of his net. And now Cheney up in the air. That drops in front of Getson. Getson shot off the post. That close. That was a perfect flip play. It landed right there for Getson to pick it up in full stride.
Oh, yeah, like a dog on a bone. He grabbed it and sniped.
Barron wanted to go for another rush. Puck didn't land cleanly on his stick. Here's Felix Pibot. Raphael Harvey-Pinard. Shot goes wide. Lavoie sees that Kite is open, so the defenseman rips to center ice. Checked by Harvey-Pinard just as he got inside the Rouyn-Noranda line. Just over 5 minutes to go, second period. It's a one-goal game. Ronco pokes at it. Groulx wanted to get going, but Lavoie was still offside. The flip pass almost worked to perfection. Off the post, still a one-goal lead for Halifax.
Raphael Lavoie will be one of the most interesting players to watch on June 21st in Vancouver.
Lavoie has the second goal for Halifax. It's a big one right now. That's the one that has them in the lead. Justin Bergeron up for Tyler Heinem. This won't be icing. So the race is on. Heinem, McIsaac both in there. Heinem kicks it loose. Wrap around, they score! Joel Teasdale has tied the game.
You know, RJ, really since the 4-on-4, it's the Huskies who have been back to their game, where they're just relentless on the puck. They won't give up. After Heinem misses this puck, he and Jared McIsaac get into a race. Heinem gets there, and he's such a big body guy. McIsaac has to be aware of him. Heinem essentially not only jars the puck, but he takes McIsaac out of the play. McIsaac loses his stick, and from there, Teasdale picks up the trash. Left shot coming on that side of the net. A perfect opportunity to wrap around. And Gravel, who thought McIsaac was going to take it out the glove side, gets caught over there, opens up the blocker side, and Teasdale has tied it for the Huskies.
What a game it's been for Teasdale. He was injured in the first period, and he looked like he was playing gingerly. He's back. Leading scorer in the Q playoffs has tied the game. Durando tried a long-range shot, didn't miss by much. Here's Isaac, slap shot from fairly close to the net, but he missed too. Moran tried to get that on goal, but that's Bibeau who kicked it out with his shin pad. Now Noah Dobson. He goes to the safety behind his goal. Just over 4 minutes to go. What a comeback this has been by the #1 ranked team in the CHL. Rouyn-Noranda down by 2. Now it's tied at 2. Chuckton Cheney. Keith Getson. Durando out of his reach, so he'll have to try to track it down. Almost did. Sear got it to Dobson. And again, behind his net. Sear will bank it likely over to Dobson. Right back to Sear. Now it's up the ice from the Huskies. Not icing, so Gravel leaves it right there. Kite off the glass. Good enough to get it to center. Sear across ice. That's his defense partner, Justin Bergeron. 2 goals for Rouyn-Noranda in 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So that 2-0 lead for Halifax has evaporated. Perron centers it. Oh, what a chance. Aslan was in a good spot. He could not get the lead back for Halifax. Bocage. High shot, a hard one, but it's too high. Abandonado. Bouncing puck, didn't get a good shot on it. And Xavier Perron brings it into the Huskies' end. Cheney lets it go. This is wrapped around Flower. He can't keep it in. Bocage was injured. Breakaway. Joel Teasdale and Gravel. A great save.
Lars Teasdale finding it. He's not 100% by far and still finding it.
Noah Dobson trying to skate away from those Halifax players. Teasdale is rocked by Lavoie. And he's right back up. End of a shift for him. Puck is stolen. Now Raphael Harvey-Pinard chasing after it. Huskies seem to be a different team ever since they fell behind by 2. Trepanier. He's got Lavoie with him. Groulx there too. Now the pass over to Bo Groulx. Loveco trying to slow him down. Regis. That'll clear for the Huskies. Justin Barron tracks it down, trying to settle that puck. It was rolling. Crowd trying to get their team going again. Right to the front of the net. There's Bergeron. Steps in front of Higgins. Patrick Rehorchak, slap shot. That's too high and will come all the way out to center ice. Bergeron. There's Sear with the puck. Looks for someone open. Tries to go to the left wing side to Marlowe. Halifax breaks that up immediately. Xavier Perron hits Sear as he tried to dump it in. Halifax has been outshot in this period, 11-6. Cote. Spin move along the boards. Now it's in the corner. Flies it to Cheney. Not much time to waste, and the Huskies have stolen it. Sear waits. Passes to the front of the net. Marlowe doesn't get a shot. Got it back. Marlowe, Rehorchak. That's wide of the far post. Here's Bergeron. There's a hard shot. Gravel thought he had it. He didn't. And the Huskies got another opportunity, but now Bergeron's caught. Here comes Bishop. That shot is blocked. Bishop now, middle of the ice. He's upended. Raphael Harvey-Pinard trying to track it down. He won't. Huskies have iced it. Things have opened up here in Halifax, haven't they? Joel Teasdale, a big goal. That has this game tied at 2. Looking forward to that. Carolyn Colby and Todd, Nathan McKinnon. Great NHL career. He was a fantastic Moosehead, won the championship, the Memorial Cup. In 2013, that event was held in Saskatoon. Raphael Lavoie. Samuel Aslan, that was in his skates. He could not kick it up to his stick. Maxime Trepanier to Aslan. Shot goes high. Harvey, he knows these boards well. They played a lot of games here recently. So he batted it out of trouble. And the Huskies clear it up high into the Halifax end. Only 10 seconds to go in the period. Halifax dumps it in. That's off the top of the dasher board. Takes a weird hop. Halifax dumps that down low. There won't be any more chances in this second period. The Mooseheads looked like they were in a pretty good spot, but the Huskies, in just under a span of 5 minutes, have tied the game. And what a finish ahead.
That's going to be unbelievable because Rouyn has it in its head that we've won 7 of 9, and we'll see if Halifax can take away that negativity from what's happened in the 9 previous meetings.
If you were given the option, 1 period, you win it and you win the Memorial Cup. That's what's ahead for these 2 teams. Tied. 3rd period on the way. Nathan McKinnon joins the panel in the intermission.
The 2019 Memorial Cup presented by Kia. Brought to you by CIBC, the official bank of the Canadian Hockey League. CIBC, banking that fits your life.
Will it be the host Mooseheads or the Huskies raising the Memorial Cup presented by Kia? One of those teams could be hoisting the cup in 20 minutes time. Let's go back to the booth. Sam and RJ.
It's been a great game. Halifax got off to that 2-0 lead. Rouyn-Noranda was able to tie it. 4th time in 5 years where the Memorial Cup championship game has been tied after 2, so we shouldn't be surprised. What do you see going forward for this third period?
I think it's all about the mental edge. If you're Halifax, you're saying we can avenge a President Cup loss, and if you're Rouyn-Noranda, you're saying we destroyed teams every third period, including here at the Cup, where they've outscored the opposition 8-1. We feel we have an edge there.
Joel Teasdale led the QMJHL playoffs in scoring. Here he is at the Memorial Cup. He's scored in 4 straight. He's with Rock.
Joel, at the break when I spoke to your coach, he had emphasized to you as a team there was plenty of time left, and you guys went to work.
Yeah, there's 60 minutes in the game. You have to push it until the end, and that's going to pay off if you do that.
Now you've got 20 minutes left. What's going to be the key in the third period?
Just do what we did in the second. We played fast. We put pucks on net, put pressure, and that was good for us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joel Teasdale, he got things tied up. He came out of the room, gave me a big smile, and said, yep, game's on. RJ, Sam, the game is on.
Is it ever? You win the period, and you're Memorial Cup champions. Rouyn-Noranda really came on in that second period. They outshot the Mooseheads 14-6. They got the 2 goals to tie the game. Here it is. 2 QMJHL rivals played in the President Cup final. Rouyn-Noranda won that. And now, third period, Memorial Cup championship. It's tied. Patty Kite plays it along the boards to Groulx. That'll come just outside the line. Bergeron gets it on the stick of Felix Bibeau. Tries to go wide on Kite. That's elevated. Lauko knocks it down. And he was looking up high, got it too high. Sear kept it in. There's Gravel getting a piece of it, making sure that didn't get past him. Raphael Harvey-Pinard. Bergeron got it in the vicinity of Bibeau. He tried to redirect it in front of the net. Durando over to an open side, and Bergeron comes up with it for the Huskies. Kite behind his own net. Crowd doing the Go Moose Go chant again. Dobson couldn't wait long enough, so he had to dump it in. Teasdale's now back on side, so the chase for the puck is on. Raphael Lavoie, a couple of cracks at it, couldn't get it past center ice. Dobson sends it back into the Halifax end. Teasdale tried to knock it down along the boards. Regis. Short pass, Abandonado put it in the feet of Flower. It recovered. Lavoie, now Samuel Asselin. He tried a shot, that's off the skate of Regis. Maxime Trepanier is tracked down by Dobson. Abandonado up to Dobson. And he spots Teasdale, who's open. Isaac took the puck away from him, moved it back out to center ice. Now it's the Let's Go Mooseheads chant. There's a nice move. That's Keith Getson. Trying to work his way to the net. Spins, but missed. McIsaac put that on goal. No problem for Samuel Harvey. Up ahead of the play is Patrick Rehorchak. Rehorchak comes in. Gravel's got it. It's in his glove. And that could be a game saver.
Rehorchak's looking skyward. He's had a lot of opportunities in this game. He's a hard worker, grinder type, but the finish seems to escape him at the most important time. He does a great job of calling for this pass. Bokas banks it perfectly. And Rehorchak, if there's one thing we know about Gravel, it's difficult to beat him on the glove side. Rehorchak puts it right in Gravel's mitt.
And he made sure not to sneak back into his net. Rehorchak, there's another chance right off the faceoff. Gravel, he's shutting the door right now. A deflected puck. And look where it is. Right back in Gravel's glove.
Good chance for Rehorchak. Then he gets a shot on goal for the deflection. But the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies have played the first couple of minutes of this period like they own third periods, like they've owned third periods all season long. Plus 101 against the opposition. We talked about outscoring the opposition in this tournament alone by an 8-1 count. They feel that's when they're at their best. They've used rest as a weapon to feel good for third periods.
Yeah, that's their answer. Mario Pouliot said rest is a weapon. Seems to work. Rehorchak still out there. He's had a lot of chances on this shift. Marlowe a shot. And Gravel, he's getting peppered. Using his hands well. caught a couple, made that blocker save. Xavier Perrar, he stopped as he got to center, and the puck went out of play.
The ability for Rouyn just to come out and bury teams in the third period. Halifax knows that well. They've got to settle into their game, and I think the best thing Halifax can do here is try and get a big hit, get a couple of chances, and re-engage this crowd. Yes, it's still loud, but they want something a little extra to be cheering about, as we saw after their second goal.
Bevo, face-off win. Here's the captain, Raphael Harvey-Pinard. Mario Pouliot talked about him. He's got such a positive attitude. He feels it's contagious for his team. Great leader on this Huskies squad. Dobson down to the corner, checked by Durando. Lauco coming in there, and a lot of hard work from Durando was enough to get the puck up. But here come the Huskies again. Lauco with his great speed. Abandonado hits to the net. He scores! Peter Abandonado! And the Huskies have their first lead of the game.
You know, RJ, there's only been one rush for Halifax in this period, but here it gets as far as their own blue line. What happens here is that there's a blown tire, so Lauco's now able to enter the zone with ease. He gets support from Abandonado, and then he simply pushes it ahead to Abandonado, makes a stutter step, and shoots it on the fly to give the Huskies the lead. But this all started in neutral ice. Barron gets caught moving away from the play. Abandonado steps inside, and the Huskies continue to beat teams in the third period.
Peter Abandonado, who was on the 2016 Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. They won the QMJHL championship, lost in overtime to London at the Memorial Cup in the championship game. He said that loss still hurts. Thinks about it all the time. He's got the go-ahead goal in his overage season. Here's Heinem. He got another chance. Third period. All Huskies. Aslan trying to change that. He can't. Halifax is offside.
Abandonado with the go-ahead goal, but here's what happened. It's all happens in neutral ice. Arnold Durando, the Islanders pick, blows a tire right here. As the puck goes from Bergeron up to the middle of the ice, watch the right side of your screen. He thinks that Lauco's going to try and take it outside. He takes away that lane, but Lauco's so quick, so good on his feet, he edges back to the middle of the ice. That opens up a lane for him to get easy entrance into the zone, and from there, Abandonado is able to finish it off.
Bergeron had that pass in his skate. Keith gets it. Speeds in. Bergeron takes care of him. Bishop behind the net. Ben Higgins tracks it down. He's skating well. Can't get it on goal, though. Bergeron. Patrick Horchak. And that'll come outside the line. Cote hit hard by Higgins. Right back in Bishop. But there's Alex Bocage to clear it to center again. Halifax had a 2-0 lead in this game. A second period 2-0 lead. 3 unanswered by the Huskies. Is there more coming? Horchak back to the blue line. Tried to time it with Dobson. Pass was too hard. Came outside the line. Dobson comes back. He gets the puck back. That went right on his goaltender, Harvey. He knew what was happening. Got it right back to Dobson. Bocage. Short little pass. Abandonado chases after it. He comes up with it. Bocage on his backhand. Abandonado. Front of the net. Couldn't get a shot. Matthew Gagnon back to Abandonado. Regis. Here's Noah Dobson. Low shot. Redirected just wide by Gagnon. Tried another one. Moran blocked that. Abandonado in the corner. Gagnon battles his way in for a shot. There's a goal. Vincent Marleau. And Huskies are up by 2.
The relentless work. Abandonado gets double shifted with Gagnon and Marleau, who saw limited minutes through the first 40 minutes, but they're feeling fresh and they know how to play responsibly. So here you have that high third forward creates the first good shot on goal. That's Gagnon. Once the rebound comes out, it's Marleau who goes into position. Look at this excellent work by a forward group knowing exactly where to go. As Gagnon slides back, Marleau slips down. That puts him in position in the slot to spin around and bury it This Huskies team is something else here in the third.
All over Halifax. And they've scored 2 goals in 2 minutes and 1 second. They're up by 2. That's 4 unanswered for Rouyn-Noranda. And they haven't let Halifax much over center at all. Jacob Loco. He tried to get it back to Raphael Harvey-Pinard. That didn't work, but the puck stays in the Halifax end. The captain's behind the net, dealing with Jake Reisig. Raphael Lavoie up to center ice. Dobson watching him closely. Lavoie to the front of the goal. That's intercepted by Felix Bibeau. He came back, helped up the defense, and the Huskies are content to dump the puck in. Third period started tied, and the Huskies have been excellent. 2 quick goals. They continue to dominate teams in the third. Patrick Rehorchak. He'll put that ahead for Tyler Heinem. He skates into it. Abandonado, another good move. He's in alone. And the puck knocked away at the last minute. They come close again. There's another shot from Bergeron. Blocked in front of the net. Alexei Arsenault. Now Heinem. They're onside. Abandonado. He has been unstoppable. Gravel will cover this up. Halifax needs a break. We'll take one. Abandonado and Marleau, the goal scorers in the Huskies. They're up by 2.
Halifax took a 2-0 lead early in the second period, but then the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies went to work 4-on-4. It's Felix Bibeau, thanks to the hard work of Raphael Harvey-Pinard. And then a good forecheck here by Tyler Heinem. Creates a loose puck. Joel Teasdale spins around 4 minutes, 44 seconds apart. It's tied, but they weren't stopping there. Lauco, Abandonado. Finish, and it's Abandonado again off of the Marleau goal, thanks to Gagnon and Abandonado. 4 unanswered for the Huskies. Marleau with the latest of those goals, his second of the tournament.
Huskies with a 2-goal lead. They're tough to come back on when they get a lead. Durando, here's Dobson. He breaks it up at center ice. Huskies have the puck back. Abandonado, he's been all over the place. This will go around to Teasdale. Durando, another chance to get the puck out. Antoine Morin. Here's Groulx. Hard low shot. Harvey the save, and then it just missed. Durando, who is open in front of the net. Walter Flower. Here's Morin, the captain. Can't center it to Huskies right there, and Raphael Harvey-Pinard gets it to Felix Bibeau. He's got Jacob Lauco with him. Bibeau, long shot, caught by Alexei Gravel.
Boy, what an opportunity for Arnaud Durando. He's sitting there net side as this puck comes across the line. Groulx gets it, and now the rebound created. The first one goes to the backhand side, and it's Durando who can't get a handle on it. Puck's bouncing around. Eludes his stick, and Rouyn continues to lead here 4-2.
First Moosehead shot in about 5 minutes. Huskies attempted one. Regis chops at it. There's Lauco. Saw Harvey-Pinard was open on his side and got him the puck. Moves away from Cheney. Raphael Harvey-Pinard to the defenseman Regis. He sends it to the corner. This is Jacob Lauco working against Reisig. Regis, the defenseman behind the net. Cheney trying to contain him. Huskies continue to work down low. Noah Dobson's turn with the puck. It's around 1 Moosehead. Couldn't take the puck to the net. Bibeau comes up with it. Finally, Halifax gets it back. Raphael Lavoie stopped as he got to his own blue line. Dumped in again by the Huskies, and they have time to get a quick change in. Reisig up to Barron. He skates past Rehorchak. He's flying into the Huskies end. Put the puck on Samuel Harvey.
And he stops it and covers it.
And one guy who's really impressed me, and I know he's impressed you with having talked to him, is Samuel Regis. Is a guy who seems like he's really come out of nowhere. He didn't really have a great camp, but he made the camp because of a Jeremy Lozon injury, and then he's proven to be one of those guys who knows how to play. He's smart. He handles the puck well. He studies video. You know, one of those fourth-round picks that has slowly progressed his way to the top of the lineup and really taking advantage of the minutes left by Jakob Neveu. He's been great this tournament.
Came in leading everybody in plus-minus. Look at Dobson, the one-man breaker. All the way to center ice. There's Louis-Philippe Côté. He dumps it deep in the Halifax end. The clock not on the side of the Mooseheads. They've given up 4 in a row, and they turn it over in front of their net. Nobody there for the Huskies to get a shot. Cash in the corner. Looks at the blue line. Decides to keep the puck in deep. Settling pass. Abandonado was heading to the front of the net. Rouyn-Noranda couldn't get it to him. Rouyn-Noranda tried a shot. That was blocked, and now Bergeron backs off. Morin wants to dump it in and chase after it. Bergeron hits him in the corner. Sear comes up with it for the Huskies. Kept in by Kite. He'll just dump it down low. That's Durando. Works his way out of the corner. Back to Kite. Low shot stopped by Harvey. Durando in the corner. Now he'll try to battle his way to the net. He cannot do it. Huskies too good defensively. Cash throws a big hit on Kite. That allows them to clear the zone. Halifax trying to press. It's not easy against these stingy Huskies. They've allowed the fewest goals in the QMJHL, and now Halifax has iced the puck. This looked like it was going to be the night for the Halifax Mooseheads. Got out to a 2-0 lead into the second period. And then all of a sudden, the Huskies looked at their watch, and they said it's time. They tied it in just under 5 minutes, and here in the third period, they have been dominant in every third period at the Memorial Cup, and the majority throughout the regular season. But what a third it's been for them. They've scored 2 in just over 2 minutes. Now it's a 2-goal lead, and they don't allow many goals, averaging just over 2 per game. Halifax is at that number 2. Marleau chases after it. It's just icing.
You know, that's the thing about this Rouyn-Noranda Huskies team. They feel like that they are 4-line deep. So Mario Pouliot used Teasdale, he used Abandonado, and a whole lot of Dobson. But once things got into the third period, he expanded his bench. Most coaches are shortening it. But he's going to guys like Marleau. He's going to guys like Gagnon. Rouyn-Noranda's line has been fantastic. And yet they still lean on the big guys like Teasdale, like Abandonado to get the heavy lifting done. And that's what allowed them to get ahead here.
So with that icing, Mario Pouliot elects to call a timeout. No sense in having a tired group on the ice. And at this Memorial Cup, if you call a timeout on an icing, you can change if you want to.
And there's Eric Veilleux along with the Sylvain Favreau trying to get his troops straightened out. You look at a team that started the year on a 15-game road trip as they tried to get this place ready for the Memorial Cup. So that helped the team really bond and grow together, and they consistently grew throughout the year, and they got into the playoffs, beat some really good teams en route to making it all the way to the league final. Lost in 6 games to Mario Pouliot's Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, but they felt very proud of their work. Eric Veilleux was able to put a stop to that, get a great reset. They've been good all tournament long, but they face their toughest battle now here down to midway through the third.
Huskies a half a period away from the franchise's first Memorial Cup championship. Halifax has half a period to get 2 goals to tie. They can't keep it in the Huskies' end. Jake Bryzik working his way through center ice, has to drop it back for Jared McIsaac. Samuel Asselin, does he have any magic left? Raphael Lavoie, he scored in this game, his second of the Memorial Cup. Bryzik tries a shot, banks it off the end boards. Harvey thought he had it, but Harvey Pinard did, so it's okay for the Huskies. Halifax keeping it in, tried to get it to the front of the net. Jakob Louko got there. Now Noah
Dobson sees that Regis is open. Raphael Harvey-Pinard takes a hit from Rising. He's slow to get up. Ferrando tried to deke his way past Bergeron. Didn't get a shot. And then he tried to center it. And that was Harvey knocking it down and covering it up. Rouyn-Noranda leading. You're watching the Memorial Cup from Halifax on Sportsnet. This picture-perfect play of the game is brought to you by WalmartPhotoCenter.ca. Preserve your journey.
Great job here by the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies in this third period of play, and it's Jakub Lauko does a stutter step to the inside and then stops, delays over the line, gives it to Peter Abbandonato, who supports the puck perfectly, who steps inside of Barron and while in motion gets it past Alexei Gravel. That was the go-ahead goal. Since that time, Abbandonato has assisted on the 2-goal lead. And the epitome of what it is to be a Rouyn-Noranda Husky right there.
A couple of points in the third period. Points leader in the QMJHL. Halifax wins the faceoff. Can they do something with it? Arnaud Durando circles the net. No shot. And now Barron has to back off. And 3 Huskies come across center. Puck dumped in. It's behind the Halifax net. Abandonato's right there. Rehorchak is with him. Abbandonato dragging it along the boards. Rehorchak, he can't get far. Barron's making sure of that. Abbandonato hoping the puck pops loose. Rehorchak, he's checked. And now Moran gets to center. He had to toil to get there. And now Abandonato's taking it back. Already 2 points in the third. And Abbandonato, he's been really honest this week at the Memorial Cup. Knows this is it for his junior career. Once a pro contract, led the QMJHL in scoring, and it seems he's even elevated his game more in the third. Samuel Asselin tried a shot. It was blocked. Cote to his right. It's Alex Bocage. Got a great shot. He took that shot. Gravel got enough of it, and then it deflected out of play.
Well, Bocage can really rip it. He just missed Gravel's glove there. You look at the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies and Quebec teams that have never won the Memorial Cup in terms of active franchises. Chicoutimi going back to 73. You got Victoriaville and Drummondville in there. Val-d'Or, we saw them in 2014. The Moncton Wildcats have had a few dances going back to 06 when they lost in the final. Also there, 2010. And the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, who were last there in 2016 in Red Deer and lost a thrilling overtime game.
Jakub Lauko to the corner. Now Raphael Harvey-Pinard chases after it. Ben Higgins up ahead. Here's Xavier Perron. He tried a shot. That didn't get through. Regis blocked it. Behind the net. Regis dealing with Perron. Dobson comes in to help out. Cote's on his back. No room in the offensive zone for Halifax. There was a Husky on every player. Jared McIsaac. He's hit by Cote. Left it there for Perron. Bocage knocked it down in the corner. Rising. He tried to help. Rehorchak comes up with it. There's a shot that goes off Rising. Huskies, they have a 2-goal lead, but they're not letting up. They know if they've got it in the Halifax end, they can't be scored on. Lavoie, he got a lot on that shot. It was stopped with the right arm of Harvey. Asselin along the boards. His former teammate, Noah Dobson, containing him. Last year they were celebrating together, winning a Memorial Cup championship. There's Lavoie again, and Harvey makes the glove save.
Great job by Samuel Harvey, because Lavoie can shoot it, but it is more difficult when you get it out there. He's used to shooting it from that far dot. That's his office, but there's no room, so he has to extend back to the top of the circle. Harvey comes out to challenge and makes a good stop a little earlier. A good shot from Lavoie as well, but blockered aside by Samuel Harvey.
Down to 7 minutes in the third period. Face-off looked like it was won by Halifax. Lauko stepped up and scored it. He speeds into the Halifax end. Raphael Harvey-Pinard tries a shot. Gravel is there to make the save. Kite, Lauko, they battle. Kite comes up with it. Durando just wants to clear it to center ice. Bounces right to Antoine Morin. He could not keep the puck going. Drain into the linesman. Cheney. Now Morin on this side. Wanted to get to the middle of the ice, tried a shot instead. It was blocked by the Huskies. All 5 of them were back there. And Bibeau to center ice, and he dumps it into the Halifax end. Moosheads don't want to spend any time in their end. Isaac forced to the outside by Abandonado. He was slowed down, and the Huskies have the puck back. Abandonado at center. Takes a hit from McIsaac. Now Justin Bergeron, he'll just lift this up high. That'll force Halifax back. Another minute off the clock. Halifax down to just under 6 minutes to get 2 to tie. They're where they need to be. Back in the Huskies' end. Keith gets it. Can't get around Bergeron. Now Xavier Perron. He spins. Lost an edge. And allowed Bergeron to advance it. And Joel Teasdale up to center. Alex Bocage tried to make a move on Cheney. Could not get around him. Cheney takes the puck back. But now he's hemmed into the corner by Bocage. Getson wants to get that puck moving. Cote stepped in front of Barron. Now it's kicked loose again. Getson puts it to the front of his net, but he knew Cheney was the only one there. Lavoie, 20 goals in 23 playoff games in the QMJHL playoffs. But he's handled that time by Regis. Dobson quickly ahead to Lauko, all by himself. Long shot in on Gravel. Had a notion to play it. He finally did, but the whistle had gone. Huskies are leading by 2. These teams are rivals, and it has been a physical final.
Well, it's that time. Getting late in a period. One team has the lead. They bring out the most coveted trophy in junior hockey. For the 101st time, the Memorial Cup will be presented. But still, some stuff to be determined, and this is a determined team. RJ?
Big finish ahead, Rob. Under 5 minutes left in regulation time. Huskies haven't given Halifax many opportunities in the third period. Huskies earned their first lead of the game in the third. They extended that lead a couple of minutes later. So a 2-goal advantage for the President Cup champions in the QMJHL. Puck turned over. Lauko keeps Halifax hemmed in. They can't do much. They can't get out of their end. They look okay now. Tight up ahead, but that'll roll to Dobson, and he clears it. Aslan, quick pass. Lavoie has to dump it in. Dobson's the first to this puck. Aslan closed, and now nobody up at the blue line, so Huskies are up one more time. Bibeau dumps it in. They will keep those quick changes. They want the fresh legs out there. McIsaac. Pass up the center. It's a good one. Antoine Morin tried to center it. Nobody from Halifax could catch up to it. Heinum had his stick ripped out of his hands, and he batted it up to Bergeron. That'll roll in on Gravel, and he has to cover it.
You know, RJ, Mario Pouliot's been preaching this whole tournament long, a high F3, be patient, play your game. Watch the F3, meaning your third forward. First it's Raphael Harvey-Pinard. Once he goes in, then 13, Lauko steps back. Now there's 2 forwards down there on the forecheck. 13, Lauko's the high guy, so he takes it, and now he slides down, and who covers him up is Harvey-Pinard. So it's so tough to get anything done when you have 2 guys in there pressuring. Once the puck gets past the top of the circles, you got the third guy there waiting. So Mario Pouliot and his team really executing in the third here.
Little chat on the bench with Felix Bibeau. Felix Bibeau is like a player coach. He's so smart. Cheney bothered by Bocage. Makes a spin. Just dumps the puck out, and Huskies have it back. Bergeron to center. Cheney's over on the far side. Dumps it in. Bocage is back there. Bergeron's open. He just looks to dump this out, and that's what he does. Lifts it up high. Time ticking away. Halifax, they need 2 to tie, and there's just over 3 minutes to go. Groulx Back to Aslan. Rysick couldn't reach it. Noah Dobson uses his great speed to come up with a puck. Gravel is on the bench. So the net is empty. Just under 3 minutes to go. Halifax, they have to get going. They want to get out of their end. So they've done that. Now, Durando, middle of the ice. That shot's wide of the net. Lavoie in the corner. Right back to the blue line. Justin Barron. Lavoie takes a shot. That deflects just wide. Now a scramble for it behind the goal. Halifax tries to center. That'll clear. And now a race. Lauko, he's tough to catch. Can't get it into the empty net. Barron, terrific skater, came over to assist McIsaac. Bo Groulx. Regis forces him wide. Tried to make a pass. Durando intercepted it. Pass over to Lavoie in tight. Harvey got enough of it. It's behind the net. Durando tried to wrap it back to the blue line for McIsaac. Cote battles with him. Cote gets it again. And that'll come outside the line, but it was very nearly picked off by Bo Groulx.
Got to get it to the net, Halifax. Got to get it to the net. They've been able to get into the zone, but they just can't get it the way of Samuel Harvey.
And there's under 2 minutes. They need 2 just to tie, and Durando is backing off. Leaves it in the corner. That could be trouble. Moran goes back. Raphael Harvey-Pinard. The 2 captains were right there. Pass through the middle of the ice. Xavier Perron is fast. Heads to the corner. Dobson makes him move the puck. Gets into the blue line. Barron a shot. Blocked by Abbandonato. The offensive hero in this period for Rouyn-Noranda. Comes up with a big block. Now he waits. Not much, but enough to clear it. Now Bibo. That won't get to the empty net, but those seconds are ticking away on Halifax. Perron, he's forced back. There's a minute to go. Halifax is down to 30 seconds a goal if they want to tie. Wrapped around by the Huskies. This will go down the ice, and the defenseman slowing down just enough for icing.
Wow. What do you think's going on in Rouyn-Noranda right now?
There's some happy people.
Oh, man. They'll be filling the bars. They'll be filling the restaurants. And if this keeps up, they'll be filling the streets. You know, it's one thing that this Huskies team talks about. And you look at the small town, and the guys band together so well. They can't be partitioned off and split. Because the town is so small, they want to go bowling, they go to the one bowling alley. They want to go for a bite to eat, they go one of a select few restaurants. They want to go hang out with their buds at the theater. They're pretty much going to one spot. And it really allows them to bind together. And you think back to 2016, that great Rouyn-Noranda Huskies team. You have Jill Bouchard as the head coach and general manager going up against the London Knights. And this is the one that ended it. And the heartbreak for guys like Timo Meier, who really gave their all. A team to be very proud of. Francis Perron, Philip Myers, what an excellent hockey team that was. And there's a few guys left over from that team that were doing exactly that. They were crying. They felt the tears, the heartache, the pain. And now the Huskies fans are on their feet thinking that just maybe we will avenge that 2016 loss.
This is it. Timeouts are done. 54 seconds on the clock. Huskies win the faceoff. Dobson, he skates it to the line, doesn't get it out. Halifax, Bo Groulx tried to center it. That's off a leg. Didn't even get to the goal. 40 seconds to go. Durando in the corner. Now Bo Groulx. They've got to get something to the net. That's stopped by Harvey. Comes to the front of the goal. Oh, wow. Big save, Harvey. Puck is covered. The whistle went. Halifax thinks they have scored. But it appears the whistle went first. It was waved off immediately.
Oh, the fans were trying to sell it, weren't they? They half-heartedly got up, and they just couldn't get full buy-in because they knew that it had been stopped. But it's Raphael Lavoie, right side of your screen. He's fever tapping for it. The puck eventually gets to him right here, but it's blocked by Dobson and Harvey at the same time. Both of them are there. The puck does come loose, but the whistle had long blown. And Dobson is getting his hand down there, along with Harvey. Where is the puck? Is it underneath the glove of Dobson? Let me same. Nah, not me. I'm all good. I've only played about 40 minutes tonight. Let the good times roll.
So 30 seconds. Halifax needs to win the faceoff. They need to get a goal now. Asselin against Bibeau. Bibeau wins the faceoff. He is such a competitor. Threw along the boards, missed McIsaac, and the race for it. Raphael Harvey-Pinard going after it. He's right on the back of McIsaac. Isaac's there to help out. It's not looking good for Halifax, and it'll be dumped down the ice again. They were the regular season best. They were the best in the QMJHL. And now the Huskies are the best in the CHL. The Huskies are Memorial Cup champions. First time in franchise history, the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies win the Memorial Cup.
And that disappointment in the face of all the Halifax players who knew in 6 games that they couldn't beat the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, losing game 6 here on home ice by a 4-0 count. They got out to that 2-0 lead in this game, and they thought they were off and running, but the Huskies are just so good in the third period. They're relentless. That never give up attitude results in the hugs, the head taps, and all the jubilation that comes with winning a championship.
How about those two together? Noah Dobson, Mario Pouliot. That's 2 straight years. They're Memorial Cup champs.
Max Trepanier comes over in a trade from Gatineau. He helps the Halifax get all the way there. Jakob Neva, he can't do too much because of that mouth. There's all kinds of wires in there. Looks like a steel factory inside his mouth, but he's out there, he's hugging, he's celebrating, and his inspiration on the bench the last 2 games has been huge.
The Huskies, they're champions, and a player who has seen it all in his 4 years is Peter Abandonado. He's with Rob.
RJ Broadhead says in your time you've seen it all in Rouyn-Noranda. Now you're seeing it from the top of the mountain.
Wow, what a small city, but fuck, we have a big heart, sorry for my language. What a big city, we have a huge heart. We played so well out there. I'm so happy for the guys in the dressing room. It's just an amazing feeling, finally winning it, and it feels great.
You never quit. Down 2-0. You guys got recharged, refocused.
Yeah, we're a team that shows a lot of character. You know, we say characters come up clutch at clutch time, so we showed a huge amount of the team stuck together all game. We encourage each other, even though we're down 2-0, and we're so happy we came out to win today.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Peter Abandonado led the league in scoring, 111 points. And he just had that extra gear in the third period. He was not going to be stopped. Comes up with the game-winning goal. He got another assist in there, too. Let's go back down to Rob.
Felix Bibeau, you stayed cool, calm. You were enthusiastic all the way through. I think that's kind of the focus of the Huskies all season long.
Yeah, I was really confident after the second that we had. We were all over them, you know, we're pressing them, and we were really confident in the room between the second and the third, and I think we showed we played a great third, and it's a great feeling to win a second time here.
Go shake hands. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Felix Bibeau, he's one of those guys you and I feel the same, Sam. We really got to know him at this Memorial Cup, and what an intelligent young man, a competitive young man. 5 goals at this Memorial Cup to lead the way. It's just fantastic to get to know some of these players, and he's not with an NHL team right now, but just do an interview with him and see what you think.
Well, that's what I say. Put him in front of an NHL team for 10 minutes. He's a guy that you will take a chance on. He's got all kinds of character, drive, determination, really smart. And this Huskies team, it's a difficult thing to do. You win a championship here, you have the whole crowd against you again, and you come into this game, yeah, you feel like you've won 7 out of 9, but you almost feel like maybe the tide's going to turn, and early on it did. But the Huskies, as they've been all year, absolutely relentless to the very last second of this game. They come back and they win it here tonight in an outstanding effort.
Think back to the interview Rob did with Mario Pouliot on the bench. His team was down 2-0, and there was no panic. It was close to midway through the second period. Down 2-0, crowd against you, like you said, Sam, against Halifax, who's been overall probably the best team, at least through the round robin. Huskies elevated in the semifinal and the final. But they just kind of knew. Stick to the game plan. And Mario Pouliot, the players have all said, trust the process and the results will come.
Same thing, RJ, that's happened all year. The third period's absolutely on. And Mario Pouliot joins a select group, the fourth coach to win back-to-back Memorial Cups, doing it with different teams. Amazing stuff. And it really starts from their scouting staff and moves right on down through the players as the handshakes between the staffs continue.
Just saw Danny Sabarin go by. There's Eric Bayou and Mario Pouliot. A couple of battles in these playoffs. Noah Dobson, what a special 2 years this has been. Back-to-back Memorial Cups. Here he is with Rob.
Back-to-back championships. Did you know you were joining a special team when you got to Rouyn?
Well, honestly, I didn't know too much about them playing against them. We don't play against them a lot in the Maritime Division, but my first couple days here, I knew how special of a group were. The team chemistry was second to none. I mean, that's what made us successful. We're 20 brothers, and these are memories we're going to have for the rest of our life.
Down 2-0 during the break. The coach said there's lots of time left.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows the character of our group. I mean, down 2-0 and against the home crowd, we battled back, and we knew going to third, there's 20 minutes to win a World Cup, and we just put it all on the line. I'm so proud of all the guys.
What'd you say to Sam Aslan when you shook hands with him and spoke to him in the line?
Pardon?
What'd you say to Sam Aslan when you shook hands with him?
Honestly, I just told him I love him, man. We're brothers. I mean, we went to war all last year. We did this together last year. That's a friendship we're going to have. I mean, he had an unbelievable junior career. He's going to play pro next year for sure. Unbelievable season. I mean, I feel real bad for him, but obviously he's a great guy and I love him.
Enjoy it with your Husky brothers now. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rob.
Noah Dobson, what a class act he is. And you could say best player in junior hockey. We talked to some people, but asked that question, and the answer was pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he is.
This guy's going to be like the Queen. He can just start waving because you're going to see him in the National Hockey League next year.
So the Huskies, they set a record in the QMJHL with 59 wins. At one point, they won 25 straight games. You look at when that calendar turned to 2019, they only lost one game in regulation time. Halifax Mosheads, they were a worthy host. They made it right to the QMJHL final. They made it right to the Memorial Cup final. The only team they couldn't beat were the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. And the Huskies are Memorial Cup champions. Here's Rob.
What a 10 days it has been in Halifax for the 101st Memorial Cup. One team will take home the trophy. Now we have the presentation of the most valuable player. Maintenant, la présentation du trophée Stafford Smythe, remis au meilleur joueur du tournoi La Coupe Memorial. Please welcome the president of the Canadian Hockey League. S'il vous plaît, accueillez le président de la Ligue canadienne de hockey, David Branch. The winner of the Stafford Smythe Trophy as the most valuable player is from the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, Joel Teasdale.
Joel Teasdale most valuable player of this Memorial Cup. He was pretty good in the QMJHL playoffs as well. Led the whole league in scoring. So Teasdale, the MVP, and now the big trophy.
60 teams in the Canadian Hockey League. Only one can be crowned Memorial Cup champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Memorial Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, au nom de la Ligue canadienne de hockey, it's indeed my honor to firstly thank the City of Halifax, the incredible support of all the volunteers, of course the fans, the province of Nova Scotia. It's been an unbelievable week for all of us, and I would be remiss if we did not acknowledge that in order to have a hard-fought championship, you must have two teams, and certainly the Halifax Mosheads are to be congratulated on an outstanding season. This is a special occasion for many reasons. One, 50th anniversary of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and the very first time that the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies have captured the Memorial Cup. Captain Harvey Pinot, please come forward to accept the trophy.
There it is. Huskies have it. The Memorial Cup. Raphael Harvey Pinard, the great captain of Rouyn-Noranda. Pretty classy what he did. Brought in the three overage players, Samuel Harvey, Peter Abandonado, and Jacob Nauvoo, to accept the trophy with them. And there's Nauvoo. What a great story as far as inspiration. Couldn't play. He was injured. But the last two games, in the semifinal and the final, the only two elimination games the Huskies had all season. He was right there on the bench, and he was cheerleading. He took the warm-up, tapped everybody's glove as they went off the ice, and that seemed to inspire the Huskies.
No doubt, and he's from Rouyn-Noranda. He knows how much it means to the team, to his brothers, but he knows on a bigger scale what it means to the town. It is going to be crazy in Rouyn-Noranda. Abandonado, excellent game, scored the game winner, assisted on the insurance goal. And there they are, the Huskies fans. You gotta love it.
You need great goaltending to have the season Rouyn-Noranda did, and the QMJHL goalie of the year was Samuel Harvey. He's with Rob.
Quite a show by your Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. Quite a show by you. A great performance all season long. No quitting, your guys.
No. We're very proud of that trophy. after the President Cup, it was our goal for sure. And now we're going to celebrate with our fans in Rouyn. There's just no words right now.
Did you know you had a very special team at the start of the season, or could you see it develop?
Yeah, we knew. The chemistry was great last year. We knew we were going to be good, and we believe in each other a lot.
What was it like to get your hands on that trophy?
It's incredible. Seriously, there's just no words. I'm so proud of us. There's just no words.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Noah Dobson. He's the Memorial Cup champion. Back-to-back seasons. What more can he do in junior hockey?
Nighty-night to junior hockey.
Rob is a busy man. He's with the Memorial Cup MVP. Rob.
Joel Teasdale. You went to the President Cup final twice. You knew what it was like to finish second. Win it this year with Rouyn. Now you've won the big prize.
Oh, it's so good. It's way better than losing. I can tell you. It's just fun to win with those guys. We have a really good group. The chemistry was awesome in this team, and I can be more proud to be with those guys.
Your coach and general manager said you were an important addition. What did you provide to this team?
I can play a 200-foot game, bring some physical play, I can put the puck in the back of the net, so that's fun to do it here in the tournament, and got rewarded for this.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For Joel Teasdale, the tournament MVP, or the Memorial Cup MVP, and what a moment, Colby, for Rouyn-Noranda.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look at it. #1 ranked team in the CHL. You look at their leadership, and Joel Teasdale, as you mentioned, MVP, playoff MVP, Noah Dobson. Peter Abandonado, an overage player, led the league in scoring as well with the game-winning goal. They played really well, the best team all year. They deserve to win this.
They just play hard longer than most teams are willing, and that was the case tonight. Halifax had a great start. They just stick with it. They just keep coming at you. They're consistent, they're patient, and it pays off in the end.
And for head coach Mario Pouliot, it's deja vu as he's with Rob.
1 year ago, it was Acadie Bathurst. This year, it's Rouyn. Both times when you spoke to us, you talked about the special group of men you have.
Yeah, and it's the same this year. It's kind of different because all of our players grew up together, and for me, it's an amazing group. It was a special group. To win the President Cup, to win the Memorial Cup, you need a special group, and they are doing special things to win the President Cup and Memorial Cup. So, amazing group of players, amazing character. You saw them today. We were trailing 2-0, and again, Harvey Pinard put pressure off the face-off. Bibo scored a big goal, and after that, it was kind of we were pushing the throttle. We were playing with a lot of confidence, and when I look at the jumbo, 35 shot for 25. We played an amazing game. We showed up. We showed a ton of character too.
You had the 3 C's right there that the guys could see: cool, calm, collected. You stayed that way the entire game.
Yeah, and it started the series against Shawinigan after the 4 games. So we had a meeting to just make sure to have the mental plan, make sure we are in control and controlling our emotion.
Coach, congratulations. I think there's a cup that they want you to carry around. Enjoy. Here he goes.
He's calling it over. There it is. Mario Pouliot, back-to-back years coaching the Memorial Cup champions, the CHL Coach of the Year this year. And give it a kiss again, Mario. 2 years in a row.
You know what's really special for him? His son Raphael was the head scout for a long time. He now works for the Vegas Golden Knights, but Raphael was largely responsible for drafting a lot of these players. So when his dad took the job, he was very familiar with the group he had. And in fact, it was Mario leaning on Raphael for some advice throughout the course of the tournament to help get him through. Jacques Play and the ownership group of the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies really excited.
Big moment with the players. This is the picture they all want. Don't get all set to go. They've got to get the trophy there. The Memorial Cup being put right in the front. And there it is for 2019, the Memorial Cup champions, the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. What a great team. And they add the President Cup. That's 2 trophies, boys. They got them both. 50th anniversary of the QMJHL, and they win both championships, both cups. President Cup, Memorial Cup. What a season for the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. The #1 ranked team in the CHL proved it. They are the Memorial Cup champions. And it didn't start really well for them. When you go back to the round robin, Sam, they lost their first game against Guelph. They weren't happy the way they played, but they strung together 4 straight wins, and the semifinal and the final was the best hockey we've seen from Rouyn-Noranda.
It's really funny, RJ, because after that first game, everyone's looking around and saying Guelph's the team to beat here. And meanwhile, how did this team, Rouyn-Noranda, become the #1 team? They weren't particularly good. But Mario Pouliot talked about it right off the hop. And after that game, he said, what we need to do is just get better. And they continually got better as the tournament wore on. I thought their game against Guelph in the semi was simply fantastic, not to be outdone. It was a bit of a different game here in the final, yet what looked very similar between the two was the third period that this team played. Once again, putting the pedal to the metal, not giving up any chances, continuously relentless. And that speaks to what the town is about in Rouyn-Noranda. It speaks to what the franchise is about. A lot of guys who people would claim would be overachievers. And if I had to sum it up in one way, you'd probably have to say will over skill.
Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, #1 in the CHL top 10 rankings. They win the President Cup as QMJHL champions, and now they win the ultimate prize. They are the 2019 Memorial Cup champions. Here's Rob.
With the captain, Raphael Harvey Pinard. At the start of the season, you weren't ranked in the top 10. End of the season, you're the #1 team in the Canadian Hockey League, and you're the Memorial Cup champion. How is the growth of the team?
I think it's incredible. I think we worked out all season long for that. We had a great season, great playoff. We just needed that cup to have a perfect season, and now I think we have it.
You were down 2-0 in this game, but you guys went up and down the bench saying there's lots of time left, let's get it going.
Yeah, we just talked about it in the room between the first and the second. Just like tell in the room, work hard and see what will happen. I think we just work out, press dirty, and good things happen. Now we can touch the cup. It's amazing.
You brought over your assistant captains, you brought over your goaltender. You wanted to share that moment with them.
Yeah, I think they were so close to touch the cup in 2016, and I think they deserve that cup, and I was happy to be with them beside the cup.
Congratulations, enjoy the moment.
Thank you.
The captain of the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, the winners of the Memorial Cup. There was a hashtag here in Halifax, Carolyn, that said, "One to remember." Well, it's 101 to remember for the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies.
Rob, thanks very much. And Rob, RJ, and Sam, thank you for everything you've done this season in the CHL. As I welcome back in Todd and Colby. And what a finish and what a moment in particular for Rouyn-Noranda.
This is 2 years now we've had the pleasure of being around Mario Pouliot, and I just, you got to tip your hat to him for inspiring another group of young teenagers to play the right way, and they just wear teams out. It's really similar to last year with the Acadie Bathurst Teton, the way they play. They just keep coming at you, relentless. Pleasure to watch these young men go to work.
And all 4 teams here, really, right? I was looking forward to this tournament when it started, as Halifax, the host team, didn't have 40 days off. They went right to the bitter end against this Husky team and lost in 6 games. So I was excited to see the quality of competition, and man, did we see it. And the cherry on top was this team right here. I love the way these guys play. You talk about what Mario Pouliot does with this group. Man, they play like an NHL team and relentless through this entire tournament. So congratulations to the Huskies.
And congratulations to the city of Halifax and all of Nova Scotia and the Maritimes for being such welcoming hosts and maritime hospitality. I think we can all say there's nothing like it. Kelowna, you're up next in 2020. But for now, it's Rouyn-Noranda, the Memorial Cup champions. They consider each other brothers, And now, wherever their careers may go, they'll always be champions together.
And now the Huskies are the best in the CHL. The Huskies are Memorial Cup champions.